Hey there gang, welcome back to the channel. We're gonna continue on. I said I was marching toward looking at some custom work I did on the Age of Extinction Dinobots, and I said I would take some time before that to take a look back at a few of the other figures from that line. And today we're going to do just that. I should say this, I don't have that entire line. I didn't want that entire line. Not impressed with a lot of that line, but I got my hands on a few here, and I just figured, hey, let's take a preliminary look. So today we're going to look at the Transformers Deluxe Class Age of Extinction Hotshot. Oh wait, that's not Hotshot. That's Generations Tracks. Hotshot, right there. Yeah, that's Hotshot. That's not Tracks at all. That's definitely Hotshot. Look, the only Hotshot that I know was from the Unicron trilogy, and if I'm not mistaken, that guy was yellow and red, or yellow and orange, and he may have became blue and red later on. I think when he became Super Hotshot. I defy anyone to tell me that Transformers Age of Extinction Hotshot is not Tracks. So, now that I got that out of the way, we're going to take a look at Crosshairs. Hotshot. You know what? Let's just call it what it is. This is Tracks dressed up for Halloween, and he's going as Transformers Age of Extinction Crosshairs. Man, this got really confusing really fast. Let's just get into the latest GotBot True Review. Okay folks, welcome back to the channel. This is Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot, and we're going to take a look at, Transformers Deluxe Class Age of Extinction Hotshot. Before doing so, I'm going to do as I always do and ask you guys to please check me out across social media. Check out Machinery of Man. The newest part of that is either going to be going up this week, or depending on when I load this video, it might already be up. It's scheduled to go up on somewhere between the 10th and 12th of April. Anyway, also please check out the Everything Factor. You can find the information for all that in the description down below. And this is the focus of the latest GotBot True Review. What can I say about this guy? Okay, to look at him, he's a really interesting character. The other version of this, that green and black, what is it, Crosshairs version, it's an interesting mold. It's an interesting concept of having the sides of the car flare out and peg in up right here to become, like a trench coat type of jacket. I don't care what anybody says, call him Hotshot all you want. It's Tracks. I mean, the white head, the red face, the blue colors, the gunmetal kind of gray on the legs. It is what it is. But we will call him Hotshot because that's what he was called on the package. We're going to look at all of our usual measures. So paint apps. If we compare his paint apps to Hotshot, no, definitely not. 0. Complete fail. If we compare his paint apps to Crosshairs, well, obviously he's not supposed to be Crosshairs, so that's a fail. That's a 0. If we compare his paint apps to Tracks, you know what? 10. It looks like Tracks. So since he is called Hotshot, we have to go with that one. Paint apps complete fail is 0. I like the look of him, but it is not Hotshot in any way, shape, or form to me. Posability, playability. This guy is a bit of a mess, unfortunately. The head goes left and right a little bit, certainly not all the way around. You can't really look up or down. There is a really nice bend in the elbow, nice deep elbow bend. The arms, they go out about that far. They bend down. The shoulder pieces do bend out to give you a little more room, but I feel like the shoulder pieces are too close to the head. It don't really look like it here, but in hand they're kind of too close to the head. These pieces can move of his jacket. The back piece back here can move, you know, for his jacket. So that's nice. The legs, you know, they, let's see how far we can move these jacket pieces out. You know, the legs can go all the way out, but they're hindered by the jacket pieces. All the way forward, that's nice. Again, they can go all the way back, hindered by this back jacket piece, I guess. The knees, you know, the knees have a decent 90-degree bend. The feet aren't the greatest. They do kind of go forward and back a little bit. I find that it does help a bit with, you know, with stability. It lets you stand him up, but I always kind of feel like he's leaned forward a bit, or he has his knees bent a little bit. How does he compare with a modern day Deluxe? Well, you know, here's off-road, so you know, he scales with that pretty good. So posability, playability, because I don't think that, though it looks good, you know, I mean, that came unpegged. Though it looks good, I don't think the jacket was a complete success. Now, you don't need to peg those in. You can always, and some people have opted to do this anyway, you can always take these, and they're just soft. They're just a soft, rubbery plastic, very bendable. You can just leave those folded back if you want, kind of out of the way. It does, you know, does it really give him more posability? Maybe a little bit, but his shoulders are also hampered by the fact that his tires are back here. That doesn't really help the situation any. But you can leave them in. So posability, playability, in car mode he rolls okay. About a 6. About a 6. So we have a 0 for hotspot paint apps, a 6 for posability, playability. And I think a 6 is being kind of generous, to be honest with you. Now we will get into transformation for this guy, and transformation for this guy is a beast. Fold up the feet first. Let's hope I can actually do this transformation, actually. Turn the legs so that the knees are facing each other, and then you tab, basically you tab the feet together. You know, like so. There's the front of the car when we actually get to it. Next, where did you even begin with this thing? Okay, next we will, and like his feet will come apart. You'll just have to stick them back together later. That's all you can do. Okay, so next we push these shoulder pieces up close to his head. They were out like this and out like this, and I just closed them up. We fold forward the tire and we just sort of straighten, you know, the back fender of the car into the tire, at least as best as you can. You can kind of see how this is supposedly going to come together. Next, I guess push down the back jacket piece so that it looks more to be in car position, we'll call it, and take this piece that does fold down over tightly and bring it back up over his head, basically. That's what you're doing, and all of that will kind of snap together. That'll all sort of snap together, but it's a tight fit just up over his head. Take his shoulders and push them in. Take his shoulder and push it in, and they tab in kind of back here. His arms right now, you want to sort of leave free flowing, you know, sort of angled down like that. You just tab the shoulders in up here, and they don't really want to tab in that great. You see over on this side, like it's not tabbed in anything spectacular. So you will probably have to take that out and fiddle with it some more. I find bending the elbow kind of helps, but not a whole lot. Push in the side pieces of his jacket. You can do that, and when you do that, see if I can show this. When you do that, there's a little, his legs are kind of in the way now. There's a little space right there, and there's a little tab on the side piece that will go into that space and lock it in, and same on the other side. And I feel like the other side is tighter too. It will, you know, there's a top view of the space. There's a little tab on the side here that goes in there and locks it in. There's the top of the car done. This thing is really pretty much a shell former. Put those feet back together if they were apart, and you see two spaces here and here up by the hood, and there are two tabs here that should go in there. Sometimes they want to go in easily, sometimes they don't. Oh look, they wanted to go in easily for me today. Yay! There's most of the car done. Now you have to deal with these terrible terrible arms. By the way, he had the same accessories as Crosshairs. There was a nice big gun that went in his hand. I don't know where that is. This isn't mine. This belongs to one of Starscream girlfriend's scraplets. Yeah, they got the guns gone. There are also, you know, two more smaller ones that went on the sides, exact same as Crosshairs. Okay, so now we need to try and deal with these arm pieces here to finish this off, and this is really where the transformation fails miserably, as if the paneliness isn't bad enough. You take the arm, and basically what you're looking to do is you have a hole here, and there's a peg here that will kind of go in there. There's a little tab right up here that goes sort of up under the lip of the door, supposedly. Does it particularly work splendidly? Well, not usually, but that side went in pretty good. Same on this side, and I'm already having problems on this side. I can tell you right now, I am already having problems on this side because that shoulder piece does not at all want to go in the way it's supposed to. How is it supposed to go in? There's a little tab up here that should go in under the edge of the door here, and the shoulder just does not want to go in and tab into that. There, I think I got it done. You might even need to hold it in place. And I thought for a second I could say boom, done, but nope, that shoulder came out. I'll hold that into place. And we'll do. You remember Universe Galvatron? You remember the issues I had with Perceptor, if you've seen either of those videos? Yeah, well, then you kind of know what I'm feeling here. And boom, there you go. In the end, there's Hot Shot. See, I don't even know the guy's name that well. Again, it's Trax. It's Trax. I could buy the car mode for Trax. It's not Trax's car mode, obviously, but I could buy it, especially compared to what the Generations one turns into, which we'll look at eventually. You know, he rolls well, but it's so panely. Panely to the degree of being like Universe Ironhide, Universe Ratchet. The guy looks like a puzzle to me. I don't really like it. Kids are going to find this transformation really hard to get all the little bits and pieces in. Transformation, a 5 at best. The entire robot is underneath. Everything is just shell formed around it. Overall score for this figure, if we're looking at it as a version of Trax, then I'll give this guy a 6. If we're looking at this as a version of, you know, Hot Shot that we know, the guy's a 3. I would have him as a Trax representation if you can't get this guy. But if you can get this guy, get this guy. As a Hot Shot representation, don't waste your time. I will say this though, beautiful Autobot symbol on the hood. I like the headlights, and I even like the general shape of it, other than the fact it's just too many panels. It was some nice ideas here in engineering. Some really nice ideas, some creative ideas. I don't think that they really translated well in terms of being a good figure. Anyway, that's it. That's the review of this guy in the books. Not a rousing success, and we will move on. For now, all I will say is thanks for watching. I certainly appreciate any time anyone supports anything that I do, and I will see you guys next time we meet inside the videos.